Hey, villagers, good afternoon. How are you doing? Oh, let's fix this.
No.
There we go. That's better. Good afternoon. What?
Just got used to all that.
Yeah. Hello, Pam's fam.
Hi.
Marco Polo. It is Friday, September 19th, September 20th.
20th.
September 20th. How are you doing? Good to have you here. We're Pepper Tree Villa. I'm Arnie.
And I'm Doug.
And this is your Daily Dose of Disney. Hey, Danny with Two
Hi.
Real Geeks. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
It's Friday, everybody.
Finally, it's Friday. So, hello, Pam. And get ready for some, right now, tentatively Sunday morning. It looks like we're going to be doing some Christmas tree fluffing.
We're actually going to do Christmas
We're finally going to be doing it. Hey, Mike Wheeler, thank you for being here. Good to have you.
Yes.
It is your Daily Dose of Disney.
Mm-hmm. A lot happened.
Yeah, a lot happened on this day.
September 20th and not throughout these years.
Yeah, throughout these years, a lot happened. Okay. Some pretty cool stuff. Hey, Danny, good to have you here.
Hello.
How you doing? Hope everything's good. Good.
I didn't read any of this. Who did it?
No, I did all the research this afternoon. Actually, this morning, I was chatting a little bit with Mike Wheeler this morning, and he said, I only found one thing for something that I didn't really know about, so I'm not sure if there's much there. Well, it turns out there are quite a few things that happened on September 20th after my research, and I've added a couple of little things too, including dates of opening attractions and things that were above and beyond what the actual day of today is. So let's get to it. This first one, just 1940, Donald Duck. Had a short that was released. Hey, Jeff, Only Passengers, thanks for joining. Little cartoon called Window Cleaners. And
that is actually funny.
Yeah, Donald and Pluto clean windows.
I can give you that one.
They clean windows on a skyscraper.
That is funny.
Now, here's an interesting one. In 1954, the Disneyland show has been on for about a month, actually a couple of weeks maybe. Okay. And one of those things out of the Disney studios is a lot of the guys like to have fun on their own. And one of them is Ward Kimball. He put together a group of musicians, a jazz band called the Firehouse 5+2. They formed in 1949, and on this day in 1954, they actually played on the Milton Berle show, which was a huge ordeal. I think it was called Texaco Star Theater.
Right, it was.
Starring Milton Berle. And it was a big deal. And it included people like Harper Goff. You know who Harper Goff is?
Yes, he did, what did he do?
An Imagineer.
Yeah, but I forgot was his claim to fame in the park. It's drawing a blank.
Yeah.
I know Claude Coates, Mark Davis, Ward Kimball.
In this case, Ward Kimball and Frank Thomas also played Frank and Ollie.
Yeah.
As they were, Frank and Ollie, that they were known Ollie Johnston. But Ward Kimball and Frank Thomas also played in the band, of course, because it was Ward Kimball's band, but it was called the Firehouse 5+2. And they recorded 14 albums over the years. One really cool thing, if you've seen The Princess and the Frog, which was the last hand-drawn animated feature from the studio, according to the classic list.
The classic list, yeah. The Princess and the Frog. With
Princess and the Frog
is really good.
Yeah, the Shadow Man. So yeah, it's kind of scary stuff. The Shadow. There we go. That's a little better.
I feel like I'm going like this.
The Shadow Man. Anyway, in that at the end, Louis the Alligator, who plays he plays jazz. He joins a band, and the band's name is the Firefly 5 plus Lou.
So I have to watch that again.
So
I didn't even know
it's
that.
a nod to the Firehouse 5+2. So nice little Easter egg there.
And what else has that?
In 1959.
Okay.
If you go into Disneyland on Main Street, in Town Square, you stare at the Disneyland Opera House, which is where Great Moments with Mr. Right. Mickey is. To the left of the opening of the Opera House, there was a store called Jimmy Star's Show Business Souvenir Shop. And it was there for 3.5 years, but in 1959, on this day, it closed. Starr himself was a Hollywood columnist. Oh, Danny, that's awesome. I'll be there every weekend in Georgia. Yeah. He's going to Fright Fest.
Ah.
Danny's going to be doing Fright Fest, so he'll be documenting that and doing vlogs on Two Real Geeks. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
His vlogs are entertaining.
They are. So it's that junk store next to the exit of the Opera House, which is now Hats.
Yes, it's the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, it's the Mad Hatter.
The Mad Hatter on Main Street used to be Jimmy Star's.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Star's Show Business Souvenirs.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like what Sid Coenga's is, except not quite as... well, Sid Coenga's was more elaborate. It's not as elaborate as this was. This was very photographs, postcards, things like that from the stars. So it's pretty cool. Hey, Cam, thanks for joining. In 1989, that's quite a jump, 30 years.
Yeah, nothing really happened until 89?
Yeah, 89. In that year, there was a show that premiered on NBC called The Nut House, and it was produced by Touchstone, which is the same production house. You okay?
Yeah.
The same production house that produced The Golden Girls.
Okay.
They were doing The Golden Girls, and they did this one comedy that was actually created by Mel Brooks, who of course did Young Frankenstein, silent movie, To Be or Not to Be.
You said Faulty Towers?
It was based on Faulty Towers, and the show starred
gosh.
Harvey Korman and Cloris Leachman. The show only lasted 6 episodes,
I was going to
unfortunately.
say, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
Did you remember seeing it?
I remember seeing the ads for it. I never watched it.
Oh, okay.
But it starred Harvey Korman, who was... he played a manager of the once prestigious New York City hotel.
Whoops, see that.
Battery just died. So sorry. Let's go ahead and hold this up.
My
My battery died on my stabilizer, so
Okay.
we'll go ahead and just hold it now. So let's, no, we'll just keep it. Is that okay, everyone? Sorry about that.
Oh, someone didn't charge their electronic devices.
I did not charge the stabilizer.
Okay.
So sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, that made me nauseated too. I got all sick.
Amanda, hi, how are you? Good to have you. So that was a comedy that premiered in 1989. It didn't last long. I think your gimbal is haunted.
Oh, this thing
You
is
know what? I wouldn't
interesting.
be surprised if it was, Jeff. I think so.
It's definitely have its life of its own.
So anyway, the reason why I brought that one up is because the interior shots of that particular comedy were shot at the Disney MGM studios in Florida.
Oh, that's when they were doing a lot of stuff toward the very end. Okay.
That was 1989. They had just started, they just opened the park and promised that a lot of television production was going to go there.
Oh, I thought it was 98.
No,
That's 89.
89.
Okay.
Now here's an interesting one. In 2001, Lilo and Stitch was in production at that time in 2001. The ending was changed. And that's because in the end, a cute little alien, which was Stitch, gets into a 747 airliner in the original script and flies through the buildings of Honolulu. And at this time in 2001, of course, this was just a few days after the tragedy of 9/11. So they changed the script so that it didn't reflect that. As a matter of fact, Stitch now gets into a little spaceship and flies around, but doesn't even fly around large buildings like that. Not around downtown Honolulu.
That's interesting that it was.
So
all at
it
that
was
time.
kind of a scary time. So they changed the script to reflect that change. In 2002, a year later, a movie premiered. I think this is the movie that Mike Wheeler was referring to that he'd not heard of. It's a Japanese import by Miyazaki called Spirited Away. And it went on to win the Oscar for Best Animated
It's
Film
beautiful.
in 2003. We own that one in DVD. It's a beautiful film. So yeah, Miyazaki actually does beautiful anime. So
The Cat Bus one is a good one too.
which one is that one called?
I don't know. It's the Cat Bus.
I forget what that one's called. It has a cat bus. Lothar, hey, thanks for joining. Good to have you. So that was in 2002. In 2003, if you saw my posting on this particular thumbnail for YouTube, you saw a picture of the interior of PhilharMagic. And that's because on this day, they did some soft openings for annual pass holders at Florida at the Magic Kingdom. Official opening day for the date or for that attraction was October 8th, 2003. However, on this day they started, hello Noah, thank you for being here.
Hi there.
Yep, see, that's the movie he's never heard of, Mike Wheeler. Yeah, Spirited Away.
Spirited Away, yeah.
So anyway, 2003, Mickey's PhilharMagic did a soft opening on this day for annual pass holders in Florida. And also on this day, in 2003, they started construction on Soarin' at Epcot.
Oh, that's right. They did it really quick. It was barely... Oh, they opened up February of 2001.
Yeah.
They didn't... It went really quickly to Epcot.
Well, they did
It was a screaming success.
to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Disneyland. They started the celebration on May 5th, 2005. So they opened attractions around the world on that day to celebrate attractions from
Disneyland.
And actually different Disney resorts all shared attractions in that year. And on this day, they started construction for Soarin' for an opening of May 5th, 2005. In 2010, if you saw my not my thumbnail, but my postings on Instagram and on Twitter, I said that we were going to be doing the show today at 3:30 Pacific and 6:30 Eastern. The picture in the thumbnail is Flame Tree Barbecue at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
It remodeled, like it refurbished?
Yeah, it was closed for a while. It was refurbished, and it opened on this day again in 2010. And then finally on this day in 2011, Bob Iger and the chairman of Disney Parks and Resorts at that time, Tom Skaggs, made an announcement that they had a long-term partnership with James Cameron and his company called Lightstorm Entertainment. And they vowed at that time to develop attractions for Disney.
Oh, wow,
That was the start of the beginning of Pandora. So the construction began in 2013, finally opened on May 27th, 2017, but today was the announcement. They did that announcement 8 years ago today. And it took 6 years for them to get Pandora. It took a long time.
It did. Well, they had to create a little bit of technology. And
Jim.
plus, they almost lost...
More sunshine,
Hi,
please. Just
Jim.
join. Hello, Jim. How are you?
But they did, this is right after, they moved quickly after they lost Harry Potter.
Yeah, after Harry Potter, they moved quickly to get this partnership. They wanted to make sure to get Pandora. Doug and I have not yet experienced Pandora, as we have not been to Walt Disney World in 7 years.
Yeah, we're going through a little bit of a dry spell. Hopefully that will change.
But of course, we go to Disneyland Resort far more
Yeah.
often. You know, we were there last month. We're going to be there at the end of
Next week.
Next week, we should be there on Friday.
Yeah, we're going to
believe
try
it's
to
Friday.
squeeze in with all the drama and turmoil and of the crisis. We're going to squeeze in a little bit of Disneyland time.
We hope everyone's having a good day.
Yeah. Everybody's seen all their pleasantries.
Oh, you have a video covering Pandora coming out soon. Very cool. Very cool.
I mean, I've seen enough of Pandora. It's going to be like Star Wars, where you can see video and photographs until you actually go and see it for yourself. Honestly, you could go ahead. There's no spoiler alerts. It's completely different than any video out there. You have to see it for yourself. I was blown away. So don't feel like you have to avoid videos or not hear whatever people say, because when you walk in, it's a totally experience. You just blow those videos don't do any justice. So it's a big deal.
That's very true. But so I want to announce also that Ben dropped a video yesterday morning about Disneyland. It was kind of a recap of his time at Disneyland. He doesn't say much in it. It's more just visuals of the park with music. Very nicely done video. And over this weekend, Ben is feeling better, and so are we. So we will most likely start decorating the Christmas forest this weekend. We are a little behind schedule already, so we got to make
what
sure.
we want to do. We have time. We wanted to start earlier, but you know, life does take its course. So
Yeah.
the
So
Christmas decor.
we're going to start with doing fluffing of trees and putting some lights on those trees. And we'll show you the tips and tricks that we use while we decorate those trees as we do the whole process of putting the forest together. You'll be there along for the ride. We want to make sure that we share that knowledge that we've had. It's actually a lot of trial and error that's gotten to the point where we are right now with decorating our trees. It takes a lot of time and effort.
It's quite the spectacle.
But we do love it, and I'm sure, I'm hoping everyone else will enjoy it as well. So,
But yeah, that's going on this weekend. Is that we're gonna start tackling the decor.
Yeah.
You
So
guys are right on my
that is about it for today for our daily dose of Disney.
Yeah,
I hope you've had a nice time. I know I have. How about you, Doug?
it's fun.
Yeah.
I just got back from Costco, so I took my life in my own hands, and they all have their Christmas decorations up, and so it's fun to look at everything they have. So Costco has everything for Christmas.
That's Costco.
It's Costco.
Costco always does.
And we get our annual Costco ornament, but you'll see what we mean by our annual Costco ornament. I'm not going to say
Yeah,
anymore.
we're not going to. Yeah, see, I need to learn your techniques. I hate fluffing trees. Pam,
Oh,
I love fluffing trees and lighting them. You'll see exactly what we do and how we do it.
oh no, they cherish and relish it. I mean, totally take complete pleasure in doing every single one of these. And I have the patience because I do other stuff that takes an obscene amount of time and it's very extravagant. But we do take pleasure in doing this. Or because if we didn't, we wouldn't be.
Danny doesn't want to fluff her tree.
Oh, you know.
You know what? Ben and I have been at it for 30 years now. And we've had a lot of practice with artificial trees. So we've gotten pretty good at it. And I like to say that our trees rival department stores.
Oh, they're pieces of art. They're really amazing. So, LOL fun.
You used to work at a Christmas shop, Danny. Really? We'll have to
that'd be
talk about that
fun.
sometime. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
That would be very cool.
I would like your trees.
I feel like your
Kobe
trees
beef.
are like Kobe beef. You know?
Okay, I can see where that goes.
Jeff, I like that equivalence. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's an awesome equivalence. Definitely. Yeah, you know what? I'll just say that our trees are like the Kobe beef of the meat world.
yeah.
And I'll quote you on that, Jeff. Definitely.
It's also fine filet mignon. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's very funny. So, yeah, we're going to be busy with that on Sunday. I'm not sure how long we'll be streaming, but we'll just keep going until I guess until we light a couple of trees. It can take us some time, but we'll do our best to answer any and all questions that come in. Ben and I will be busy doing that, and Doug, I'm sure, would help us with moderating the questions and things as they come in.
Right. We'll make it a scene.
Well, yeah, we'll make it a scene. We'll make it a day. So definitely we will be streaming that on Sunday. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow for another daily dose of Disney. Yeah. I'm just putting together those minutes or those notes for the broadcast so that we can do it. I bet they're good, just better as, not better as Disney's.
Oh no, they're better than Disney's.
You know what, I hear, this is one thing I want to do, a goal of mine in Florida. My understanding is that there's the Christmas shop in Liberty Square.
Ye old Christmas shop. We saw
And the first family that walks in the store is given the chance to decorate the tree.
a tree there for the day. They're like giving it, well, we're just going to push everybody off to the side. We're going to really try to arrange or figure out how that's done and what we need to do and know how to do it, because we want to decorate a tree at Walt Disney World.
That's a goal of mine, to decorate a tree at Walt Disney World.
I know it's simple and could be basic, but it's still principle to say that, oh, we got to be one of those to decorate the tree each
Now,
day.
a goal of mine when I was younger was to perform music at Disney, and I was able to do that at Disneyland, and I've done it at Walt Disney World. That was an impromptu concert kind of thing.
Oh, singing.
No, music, just perform.
Well, you did the handbells in Walt
Yeah,
Disney World.
I did handbells at Walt Disney World at the Port Orleans. No, Dixie Landings. I'm sorry, it was Dixie Landings. I did an impromptu handbell concert with the choir that was there in the lobby. They were short a player, and I walked up to them and said, "Do you need a player? You look like you're short-handed." He says, "You play handbells?" He says, "Okay, let me put it this way. I don't have my white gloves with me, but I do four in hand." As soon as I said the term four in hand, he said, "Go stand at the end of the table."
And he reads and writes music.
The person that was standing next to me said, I walked up to the table and says, "Do you know how to play handbells?" And I went in, I picked up my two bells in each hand, and they said, I think you know how to play handbells. And I played a number with them, and they loved it because I was able to sight read the music. I played just what was there, and I did my best to pay attention to what the director was doing, and I actually made it.
And this is before phones, where now everything's recorded.
It was so much fun. My mom stood there in the lobby and just had the biggest smile on her face, and I did too, because it was so much fun to perform handbells in the lobby at the Dixie Landings Resort.
That did happen.
So, anyway, about that stream on Sunday, we're going to be, Danny, yes, treat it as an in-and-out. It will be like an in-and-out thing, so people can come and go.
We won't know exactly, but we are going to schedule it and give at least people 10, 15, 20 minutes heads up, or even a half hour.
No, I'll be doing that, definitely.
So we will give everybody a heads up to get organized.
We'll put out the advertisement tomorrow night as to when the stream is going to start, so you have an idea of what's going on, and people can come and go, and get your questions ready, because we'll be answering any and all questions regarding Christmas decorating for interior. Exterior is a whole nother story. Yeah. We don't do exterior, but we really focus on inside. We do trees, garlands, villages, lots of decor, and I'd love to share any knowledge I have with our village.
Yeah.
So that's about it for today.
About it.
So be paying attention. We'll talk about it again tomorrow on the Daily Dose, and then we'll have our stream on Sunday for decorating tips for Christmas. And I guess that's about it for today.
Me look drunk. Sorry, people. I'm not tired. It's just it's not up.
I used to have a side company, and we did the outside.
That is actually very huge out here in California.
It is a big business.
People ask, HOAs and people with these developments want to know, can you hire people that come out and just put string lights up on houses or on buildings? It's actually quite huge. It's big money. Dropping daily does have.
Oh, cool, Jeff, great.
Thank you.
Definitely. And everyone go to Only Passengers. He's going to be dropping a village, something about... Okay, yeah, Mike's got a question for us after the stream, too. Mike, go ahead and private message me.
Yeah, private. We will be here.
And Jeff, definitely. Go to people that are watching the stream. If you have not yet subscribed to Only Passengers, pick him up. He's entertaining. Some of his videos aren't that long. Sometimes he just asks a question of the day. Other times he'll do a vlog, and it's very entertaining. Last week he did a vlog about motorcycles and things in his neighborhood, so it was pretty fun. So check it out. In the meantime, everyone, have a great magical evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Daily Dose.
See you guys later.
Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, everyone. Bye.